Evaṃ me sutaṃ ekaṃ samayaṃ bhagavā Savantiyaṃ viharati jetavane anātapindikaṃ ārāme Atako aññatarā devata abhiṅkantāya rantiyā abhiṅkantavannā Kevalakampaṃ jetavanaṃ obāsenvā yena bhagavate nupasaṅkamī Upasaṅkaminvā bhagavantaṃ abhivādenvā ekamantaṃ antāsī Ekamantaṃ titākosā devatā bhagavantaṃ gātāya anjabāsī Bahudevā manunsāca mangalāni acintayuṃ Akankamānā sontānaṃ brohi mangalamuntamaṃ Asevanāca bālānaṃ panditānaṃ ca sevanā Pujāca pujanīyānaṃ etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ Patirūpadesavāsoca pumbēca kata puññatā Anta sammā panidhica etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ Bahu sancanca simpanca vinayoca susinkito Subhasitaca yavāca etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ Mātā pitu upantānaṃ puntadāraṃ sasaṅgaho Anakulāca kammantā etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ Dānaṃca dhammacariyaca ñātakānaṃca saṅgaho Anavanjāni kammāni etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ Ārati virati pāpā manjapānāca saññamo Ampamādoca dhammesu etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ Gāravoca nivātoca santuntīca kataṃ yutā Hālena dhamma savanaṃ etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ Khantīca sovacansatā samanānaṃ ca dansanaṃ Hālena dhamma sākañca etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ Tapoca brahmacariyañca ariya sañcāna dansanaṃ Nibbāna sañcikiriyāca etaṃ mangalamuntamaṃ
Namo Buddhaya, and good evening to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Welcome again to another session of our SJBA Wednesday live Dhamma sharing over SJBA Facebook and YouTube page. This evening, Venerable Ariya-dassana will be sharing with us part 12, which is the final part of this series of talks on the teachings of all the Buddhas, in accordance to Dhammapada, verse 183 and 184. That is, avoid evil, do good, purify the mind. Now, before we start, a brief introduction of Venerable Ariya-dassana for those who are tuning in for the first time. Venerable is a regular Hokkien Dhamma speaker who on every Thursday morning share over his own personal Facebook page at 10 a.m. Now, prior to Venerable renunciation, Venerable was working in accounting, company secretariat practice, and also insurance. And in 1999, Venerable joined a Novelship program organized by the late Chief Venerable Dr. K. Sri Dhammananda on his 80th birthday. The program had inspired Venerable to pursue more seriously his learning and the practice of the Buddha Dhamma. And in 2012, Venerable decided to go to Myanmar to further his practice and was renounced a Bhikku there. Now, Venerable Arya is now back staying in Penang in his center called Vimutti Vana in Aitam, after recently spending 3 months Vasa in Subang Jaya Buddhist Association. Venerable traveled quite frequently on invitation to other centers in Malaysia, and Venerable did this recording during his recent stay in Taiping Bodhi Lanka Ram Buddhist Association. Venerable is now back in Penang, and he will take your questions live from Vimutti Vana after this talk. So do feel free to type in your questions in the comment box, and Venerable will answer them after this. So let's begin. Brother Yik?
Okay, before we start, we do our Tisarana and Pancasila. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Pancasila. Panatipata viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Adinadana viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Kamisu miccachara viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Musavada viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Surami raya majapamadatana viramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. Appamanadina sampadita. strive on with diligence, keep the precept properly. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, last session we stop at listening to Dhamma. So this listening to Dhamma very important because it helps you to clear your doubts. And the Buddha say normally is through teachings. Very few people want to follow. So because the teachings is all about emptiness, and the Buddha never talk about fun. A lot of other people, when they give Dhamma talk, they talk about fun, they talk about happiness, wealth. So Buddha, no. In one of the Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya 2.5.6, Buddha said, among there are these two companies. What two? The company trained in bluster, empty, arrogant words, not in discussion by inquiry, and the company trained in discussion by inquiry, not in bluster. And what monk is a company trained in bluster, not inquiry? Hearing monks in whatever company, the monks listen not to the discourses uttered by the Tathagata, discourses deep and deep in meaning, transcendental, dealing with the void or emptiness when they are recited, where they lend not a ready ear to them, apply not to them a mind bent on understanding. But when those discourses made by poets, tricked out of fair sounding words, discourses external to Dhamma, uttered by their followers, when such are recited, they listen thereto, lend a ready ear to them, apply to them a mind bent on understanding, and consider that those teachings are something to be learned by heart and master. Of course, still got continue. So remember, the Buddha's teachings is always about emptiness, nothing. Always talk about Four Noble Truths, suffering. Mostly people got a lot of suffering. They say enough suffering. But that is the truth. The Buddha never talk about happiness or all these things. Yes, Buddha got about happiness. Also, the Buddha in one sutta, the Buddha talk about happiness alone. But this is not the sensual happiness that Buddha talk of. Okay. So listening to the Dhamma help you to understand reality, understand the Dhamma, lead the way to Nibbana. Number 9, expounding the Dhamma. So if those who know the Dhamma can expound, not only monks. In fact, there are now lack of monks now. So of course, when you expound the Dhamma, please follow exactly what the Buddha say. Don't deviate. The Buddha say, don't add my teaching, don't minus my teaching. Just follow what the Buddha say. Because the Buddha say, actually his teaching, the Buddha say, will become diluted, adulterated in 500 years' time. So 500 years after the Buddha died, the teaching already become adulterated and diluted. So that's why exactly 500 years after the Buddha passed away, the third council. So after the third council, the teaching is a bit corrupted already. So best to follow the teaching during the first two councils. First council was, I think, 3 months after the Buddha passing away, and the second council was 100 years after the Buddha passed away. About 100 years. So later teachings, a lot of adulteration. A lot of famous monks, they talk. When people hear for a long time, like in the Kalama Sutta, when you listen to a long time, you think that is the teachings already. So if you cannot expound the Buddha name, Dhamma, probably you can share the links. If you listen to a talk, you find that it's okay, it's good, you can share the link with other people. Nowadays, very easy to share link. I can forward, you can share. Last time you have to print books. Now so easy. Share the links, print book, print CD. CD also nowadays nobody want already. A lot of, I think a lot of you also do the CD machine already. Saw already, don't want to buy already. So we help to share the Dhamma also. If you can't expound the Dhamma. Number 10 is straightening one's view. By listening to a Dhamma, you can straighten your view. Then actually the Dhamma actually got another meaning rather than just a teacher. It means something to prevent you from falling into the woeful state, into the four woeful states. What are the four woeful states? Hell. Nobody like to go to hell. Animal world. Some people say, now when I can born as a dog, properly groomed, I eat vitamin, more expensive than human being. But you think you got freedom or not? You got a chance to become Totapanya or not, in an animal. Sometimes you see that in the temple, when the monk do chanting or give Dhamma talk, the dog will always come in and sit down there. But do they understand the Dhamma? That's the important point. Last time during my lay life, I used to go to Santi Forest, Achanke Monastery. There's one dog, they call it or black color, or every time chanting or Dhamma talk, you run inside. But you see, the dog can understand. So that's why they're called woeful state, because they cannot even attain the first state of sainthood. Then third one is ghost. Ghost actually is better than animal because they are not restricted to one place. Animal, they are restricted. Ghost, they can move freely about. But of course, subject to ghost catcher. Then the other one is asura. Asura, there are some people argue that they are not woeful state. But asura is woeful state. Remember when you recite Ratana Sutta, he said the four woeful states, but not the three. Ratana Sutta was from the Buddha's time. Why is asura considered woeful state? Because asura cannot even attain the first state of sainthood. There are a lot of sutta. Buddha has conversation with asura also. At the end also, the Buddha didn't mention any one of them got first state of sainthood. Whereas the yakha, a few yakha got. Yakha is in the heaven, proper heaven. Yakha got a few, like there's one Suchiloma. Suchiloma also, after hearing from the Buddha, also attained first state of sainthood. Another one is Alavaka. Alavaka, quite popular. Alavaka also, he asked the Buddha 8 questions. After he listened, he also attained the first state of sainthood. And they argue that asura is not woeful state because last time asura stayed in heaven in the Tawatimsa heaven because they misbehaved. Then Sakalevaraja and the other Deva pushed them down into the ocean. But doesn't mean that they stay with Tawatimsa heaven, they are Deva. They are not woeful state. They are woeful state. Just like here, animals stay with us, but animals are not woeful state. Animals are still woeful state. So don't argue based on that. Okay. So listening to Dhamma is very, very important. if you don't have the Dhamma, you can do a lot of evil deeds. Now, for example, Devadatta, he can meditate until the 4 jhana. He got 4 jhana, but don't even have first state of sainthood. And because he don't even have the first state of sainthood, he can even plan to kill the Buddha. Just imagine that. You want to kill your teacher. A person who has sainthood will want to kill the teacher? Cannot. A person who has Sotapanna, attained Sotapanna, will never do any of the evil deeds. Yeah. So, because no right view, that's why can do evil deeds. So, must always straighten your view, have right view. Then only you can be on the right path. So, there are 10 kusala karma. I've covered all the 10. Number 1 is, remember, dana, generosity. Number 2, sila, that is morality. Number 3 is bhavana, mental cultivation, which I'm going to cover in a short while. Then number 4 is reverence, remember, reverence. Number 5 is this respect. Oh, sorry, reverence and respect. Number 5 is service. Service. Number 6 is transfer of merits. Number 7, rejoicing in others' merits. Number 8 is listening to the Dhamma. Number 9, expounding the Dhamma. And number 10, straightening one's view. So I've covered all the kusala karma, meritorious deeds, wholesome deeds. Now I'm going to bhavana, mental cultivation or meditation for thought. Meditation, there are 2 types of meditation. One is Samatha meditation. One is called Vipassana meditation. Samatha will lead to jhana, concentration. And the Buddha said it is equally important to have Samatha and Vipassana. 2 must be always there. You cannot only practice one. And Vipassana is a contemplation. Okay. So what are the, people say 40, but actually there are more than 40. What are the 40 subjects for Samatha meditation? Number 1, we have the 10 kasina, or the devices. 1, earth, water, fire, air, 4 elements. Then you have color, blue color, yellow color, red color, white color, and light, space. These are the 10 devices for you to meditate. It's called the kasina meditation. For example, the earth, what you do is, normally we were taught in, the Buddha never state all this, only in this Visuddhimagga, you will explain. So in Pa'au, we were taught, you take this, maybe a round plate, then put all earth over it, make it round, then you stare at the earth. There, you close your eyes, you can still see the earth. After the image gone already, you open your eyes and look again. Look until you can mentally see the earth for a long, long time. This is how you meditate. Same thing for color. For example, white. You have around this, maybe like a clock. White color. So you stare at the white color. Then you close your eyes. You see whether you can still see the white image. So if the white image disappears, you open the eyes and stare again and close again. So you stay until you can mentally see the white image in your mind for a long time, for a few hours. This is how you train in the Kasina meditation. Then you have the 10 impurities, Asubha. You have one bloated, the skeleton. Here we cannot see. You can only do it in Thailand. Thailand only. Other place I don't know. You bloated, discolored. Firstly, bloated means the body like kembang này đấy, phồng như vậy. Then discolored means the color run away already, festering. Then like turn bad, got worm, all these things. Then you are dissected. Dissected means your body torn apart already. Then gnaw to pieces. Maybe the dog will come and bite here, bite there. Instead of one whole body, pieces all over. Pieces already. Then after that, scattered in places, scattered all over, not only in one place. Then mutilated and scattered in pieces, bloodied, worm infested, and finally just the skeleton left. These are the Asubha method. You can follow 10 method. You don't have to do all the 10. You can choose which one you want to do. So this Asubha method is for those who have a lot of lust. A lot of lust for the opposite sex. Then you do this sort of meditation. In fact, the Buddha taught on the 40-hour subject, you don't have to learn, don't have to practice all the 4 meditation subjects. You just choose one which is most suitable for you. Then you have the 10 reflection. Buddha Nusati, that means you reflect on the qualities of the Buddha. Itipiso, Bhagava, Araham, Buddha is an Arahant. Samma Sambuddho, Buddha is a self-enlightened Buddha. This sort of meditation. Buddha Nusati, Dhamma Nusati, Sangha Nusati. These 3 you always recite. Itipiso, Bhagava, Swagato, Bhagavata, Dhammo, Supatipano, Bhagavato, Savaka. So you just reflect or you think deeply about the values of this Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, the quality. Then you have virtue. You just contemplate on the virtue. Liberty, that means you are generous. Devas, meditate on the Deva, on peace, on death, Maranasati. Then death together with mindfulness of the body. So you look as if you are dying already. You see the body dying off, become festering, discolored, like that. You meditate on that as though you are dying. Buddha reminds us that we will die one day. And mindfulness of breathing, Anapanasati. These are the 10 reflections. So Anapanasati is the method that Buddha taught. Many people don't know. Last time my first meditation teacher taught me not to practice Samatha because can go mad. Because there's no teacher. Actually there is teacher. You find the right teacher teaching Samatha, then you go and learn. Of course, this Samatha, you really need a teacher because when you practice Samatha, you will notice a lot of things. You will come across a lot of things, a lot of phenomena. So you have to be able to overcome the phenomena. So anapanasati. Then 30 already, nah? Then the 4 illimitables, the 4 Brahma Vihara, like the other session I was mentioning, metta, loving kindness, compassion, karuna, appreciative joy instead of jealousy, mudita, and equanimity, upekha. Equanimity, not that, oh, not happy, not unhappy, not like that. You feel equanimity, equanimous. So your mind is not shaken by anything pleasant or unpleasant, unshaken at all. So you meditate, pain, up to you, stand up. These are the 34 already. Then your perception of loathsomeness or material food. The food normally you find very good, very tasty. You look at the loathsomeness. After that, the food turn rotten, turn for worms. You see the food still nice or not? You will still want to eat or not? Then analysis of the 4 elements: earth, water, wind, and fire. This one is analysis. Just now one is the element, the kasina. You look at one thing. So this one is analysis, earth, water, wind, and fire. You can also look at the body in a way. The body, our body is only 4 elements. Earth, what is the earth element? Our flesh, our hair, the bone, the nail, the teeth. These are all earth element. Anything you can touch, earth element. The flesh, skin, these are all earth element. Then you have water element. What is the water element in you? You cut yourself, blood flow out. That's the water element. Then you have the phlegm, phlegm here, saliva, snot, then your tears. These are all water element. The limb, all these are water element. Then the wind are when you breathing, you can feel the wind. These are wind. Or the body, when you take food, sometimes imbalance, you find a lot of wind in your stomach, in the body. There is also wind. Sometimes you would these are also the wind come out. Your fart, the wind come out. These are wind. Then fire. Fire is very easy. You feel your heart, your body warm or not? Warm or not? You got wind, no? You got fire, no? You go and touch a dead body, got fire, no? The fire gone out already. So these are the 4 elements in our body. Buddha told us this body only 4 elements. When you die, for example, if you burn, become what? Ashes. Ashes is the earth element. Water element gone already. All dry up already. Then the wind element, no more already. The wind all escape. The fire element also all escape already. Just the ashes left. Where are you? Only a life person got the life force. Some people call it the soul. Actually, the life force. Then these are the 36 things you can feel, can see. It is called the rupa element. Then you have the 4 arupa jhana. We have 4 arupa, the formless jhana. First one is realm of infinity of space. That means you don't feel the space is constricted. All is space only. Then the other one is consciousness, full of consciousness everywhere. you can only feel it when you do arupa jhana. Then the realm of nothingness, totally nothing. Then you have the last one. Remember this Buddha's Prince Siddhartha's teacher, Alala Kalama, can teach until the realm of nothingness, almost the second highest. Then you have the realm of neither perception nor non-perception. Yes, no? This one is the highest. This one, the second teacher, what is his name already? I've so forgotten. The second teacher can teach until this realm, the highest. So these are 40 methods people say taught by Buddha. But I read in another sutta, the Giri Mandana Sutta. There's a few more. You have the perception of impermanence. It's not in the 40 subject. The perception of impermanence, perception of non-self, perception of unattractiveness. You can find here the asubha. Perception of danger is not there. Perception of giving up also not there. Perception of dispassion, perception of cessation also not there. Perception of non-delight in the whole world also not there. Perception of impermanence in all processes also not there. There are actually more than 40 subjects. People say 40 may be round number only. There are 40 subjects. Of all the subjects, the two most popular, one is metta. Metta means you have the well-being of all living beings, without exception, whether they are Chinese, European, Indian, Malay, all. You have no exception. All you have the same metta for them. Buddha says it's just like your only child. You have love for this only child. So you must have love for everyone like your only child. This is metta. See how high the standard Buddha is in regarding to this metta. Some people say, oh, may you be well and eat pork, kill the mosquito. Where got metta? You must not only say, no, you must practice. Learning is one thing. A lot of people learn only, but they never put into practice. So you must have loving kindness for all people, regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of caste, regardless of anything, whether they are human being or non-human being. Also we must have love for them. That's why we learn in the Khanda Parita, we chant for warding off snakes. We have metta for all these 4 royal classes of snakes. You must really have metta. Otherwise the snake will bite you. No, the snake will not bite people. My place also got a lot of snakes. Not to say really a lot, got a few snakes. The snake don't bother you at all. Used to have the snake like you find the snake temple, the green color with the stripe. Yes, we have that snake. They don't bite you and you go near so they don't care. Why they want to bite you? They will bite you only if they want to eat you. We are so big, the snake cannot bite us, cannot eat us. Or they bite you if you accidentally go and harm them. For example, you accidentally step on them, they will reflex action, but they want to turn around and bite you. Not that they want to bite you, this reflex action. So we are not scared of things. In last time, when I stay in Sitavana temple, up in Penang Hill, beside Penang Hill, snake like that, so we pass by. My place in Ayatam also got snake. We do the kuti. The snake was there for don't know how many days. It don't move one. Maybe it move around and go back to the same place to look for food. But the snake are not scared, and we are not scared. So mutually, we are not scared of each other. I don't harm you, you don't harm me. I let you stay, you don't do anything to me. I also don't do anything to you. I let you stay. Coexistent. So we must have metta for all beings. Then Buddha say, if you practice metta meditation, there are 11 benefits. It's in Anguttara Nikaya, chapter book of the 11. This is 11 benefit in the book of the 11, 11.16. It lists down the 16 the 11 benefits. What are the 11? The first 3 relating to sleep. Firstly, you sleep easily. Number 2, you have no nightmare, no bad dreams. Number 3, you wake up peacefully and fresh. These 3 is relating to sleep. Number 4, you have a pleasant personality. Why you have a pleasant personality? Because you always think of the good. A lot of good thoughts about other beings. May you be well and happy. May you free from harm. You never wish people ill will. Always wish people good only. So that's why you have more pleasant personality. Then human being like you. Some people one look only don't like that person already. These are people who like you. Then number 6, Devas will protect you. Because when you do metta meditation, you also radiate to the metta, to the Deva. Devas also protect you. Because you are practicing metta, Devas will protect you. Then evil spirits and ghosts will not harm you. Number 8, when you do things, your concentration is faster. You gain your concentration faster. When you meditate, also your concentration faster. Then number 9, weapon, poison, and fire cannot harm you. This is real. This is real. I can testify it. There's one time when I was staying in Bali Pulau, a drug addict. At first I don't know he was a drug addict. A drug addict helped me to construct my kuti. And he did it very nicely because he was a contractor before. Very nice, I can say, very nice. I even praise his work. Then one evening, because we stay in Palipula, every evening got devotees come and meditate. We meditate together. So at the end of the meditation, the landowner, because we are staying in people's land, tell the drug addict no need to come already tomorrow. Actually, the landowner got a certain grudge against the drug addict because at one time he asked the drug addict to work for him on a Sunday. Then he said, I don't work on Sunday one. He don't want to work on Sunday. Then later, the landowner saw him, another person carry him to work, So I feel offended. So because of that, he say, okay, the work finished already. Ask the drug addict, don't stay at my place anymore. Because when he was doing the construction, he stayed at our place. Our place quite big, 1 acre. Here a lot of place. Then every morning, I peanut butter also got excess food, I let him eat. So then he got a misunderstanding. He thought that the landowner chased him out is because I complained about his work. I told you, I already praised his work. Then, you know what he do? He say, he confronted me lah. You go and look for dagger. I go and look for dagger also. So when he go out, I faster close the door. Close all the door. So later I found the dagger. Then, but meanwhile, I faster phoned the landowner. So they all came over in 10 minutes time because they are staying in about 4 kilometers away. So they about 10 of them, they rush over. So when they are on the way, after he found the dagger, he go and knock on the front door. Then he go and knock on the side window. But he never touched the back door because the back door is only a piece of wood. A piece of wood only. One push only open already. The lock also blood people. One push only open already. You see, if not because of metta, maybe bye lah. I'm somewhere else already. See the power of metta. See, Buddha say, weapon, poison, and fire cannot harm you. So I'll experience it for myself. So please have metta. Learn metta meditation. It's very simple only. So number 9 already. Number 10 is when you die. You die unconfused. Your mind very stable. You are not scared. You are not worried. You die with confidence. And number 11, if you have jhana, you'll be reborn in the Brahma world, higher than the 6th heaven, in the Brahma world. So this is the words of the Buddha. Not I simply say one. You go and refer Anguttara Nikaya 11.16. Remember the 11 benefits? Sleep easily, no nightmare, wake up peacefully. Pleasant personality, human like you, Deva protect you, evil spirit and ghosts cannot disturb you. Concentrate easier, weapon, poison and fire cannot harm you. You die unconfused and reborn in Brahma world. 11 benefits. So it's very important that every one of you must practice metta meditation. Why not we practice for 5 minutes metta meditation? I guide for the benefit of those who have not heard about metta meditation or never tried. We follow the Buddha's method. We meditate for 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. Sit up straight. Body not too straight. Just sit upright only. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Let your mind be in the present. Feel happy for a while. Feel happy you got the chance to meditate. Okay, ready? May I be free from enmity, meaning free from people who hate you, dislike you, threaten you, cause problem for you. You're free from them. May I be free from mental suffering. Feel yourself at ease, no worry, no thoughts of anything adverse to you. May I be free from physical suffering, means the body no pain, no itches. May I take care of myself happily. May I be free from enmity. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I take care of myself happily. Now the next group of people. May my parents, my grandparents, my children, may they be free from enmity. May they be free from mental suffering. May they be free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May my parents, my grandparents, my children be free from enmity. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May my brothers and sisters and all my relatives be free from enmity. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May my brothers and sisters and all my relatives be free from enmity. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May all my friends Be free from enmity. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May all my friends be free from enmity. Free from mental suffering. Free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May all devas, heavenly beings, be free from enmity. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May all heavenly beings be free from enmity. Free from mental suffering. Free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May all beings, whether far or near, whether already born or to be born, large, medium or small, strong or weak, regardless of race, regardless of religion, regardless of any status, may they be free from enmity. Free from mental suffering. Free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. May all beings be free from enmity. Free from mental suffering. Free from physical suffering. May they take care of themselves happily. Okay. This is metta meditation according to the method taught by the Buddha. Of course, you can expand it into a group of people. You can do it for your mother, then do it for your father, grandfather, grandmother, up to you. You can expand it or you can contract it. You can do for your friend one by one or in a group. If you got more time, you can do it longer. So it's important that every day you practice meditation, especially metta meditation. But of course, you can also practice other method. The other method, the popular one is anapanasati, meaning mindful about in-breath and out-breath, or whatever method you've learned before. For example, the rising and falling, or the chancha method, the butto, butto, butto. Whatever method you can find beneficial, you can practice. Important, practice. Okay, so for Q&A is the end of the course. Avoid evil, my thought. Avoid evil, do good, purify the mind. I've completed the courses of thought. Okay, Q&A.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Venerable, for sharing your near fatal experience in Batam, and also the 10 kusala qualities and its benefits or assurance to us that if we follow or practice well, can prevent us from falling into the woeful state of rebirth. Venerable also talk about the practice of meditation. It's very important that we must practice. And of course, we have to look for look for good teachers to guide us. Okay, so now we come to the Q&A. So, Brother Yik. Venerable, should a devotee start with Samatha meditation first or Vipassana meditation, and why?
According to the Buddha, you can start with anyone, Samatha or Vipassana. In one of the Sutta, Anguttara Nikaya, I forgot which particular sutta, the Buddha say, if you have been practicing Samatha, you find someone who know how to teach Vipassana to teach you. Then if you have been practicing Vipassana meditation, you find a teacher who can teach you Samatha. So both are equally important. You can start on either one of it first. No fixed order. But of course, most people will feel that it's better to start with Samatha because to have a concentrated mind, so that when we do Vipassana, we are actually doing Vipassana, because Vipassana is actually contemplation. So if you have no concentration, you may be daydreaming or while thinking rather than contemplation. Contemplation is actually thinking, deep thinking. So I feel it's better to start with Samatha.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Venerable. Bhante, why do some people find it easier to meditate, but others could hardly do it and they just give up?
I think one of the reasons could be due to past practice, past life practice. If you have been practicing in a past life, definitely this life you will find easier to meditate. For example, the Buddha, remember, when he was a Prince Siddhartha, at around age 5 or 6, when his father, the King Suddhodana, went for the plowing festival and left him with the maid, the nurses, to take care of him. Later, the nurses also went to watch the plowing festival and leaving him alone. At that time, he was under a rose apple tree. I happened to eat rose apple today.
Oh, really?
Rose
Okay.
apple tree. That's why this memory came up. And he was meditating under the rose apple tree, and he got in the first jhana. That means he has been practicing before. Nobody taught him how to meditate. He know how to meditate, and he meditated, and he got into first jhana. So, but don't think that I've never meditated before. I cannot meditate. Is persistent, very important. Persistency. Then you must have patience, because every time you meditate, the experience are different. Maybe this is the first session you meditate. The second session you think you can improve, but something happen, you cannot meditate. That's why every session is totally different. Don't compare. Uh, so if you another thing is don't compare with other people, because other people experience is not real one. They can tell you something, but it can be different thing.
I see.
Yeah, they may not tell you the real thing, or if they tell the real thing, it may be their own how to say, own imagination. Some people, wow, I can see this, I can see that. Buddha say all these things are not real one. It's all sign only. So important is every day we practice, whether we can improve or not. And whether improve or not, actually it depends on your behavior. So if you there are people who say, wow, they've been meditating for many years, but you see the character very unacceptable. A person who meditate will calm down, have a better sila, and they are more, how to say, more easier to deal with. So a lot of people, they say they meditate many years, but nothing one. And they do things also not mindful. Yeah, they say so-called meditator always go for retreat, all these, but they are not mindful. So I don't know what they are doing at the retreat. That time I remember organizing Achambram retreat.
Mm.
Every time they come, wow, it's like gathering. Long time no see. They gather together, they talk. Yeah, during the meditation, I read a lot of talking one. That's why we have to always remind them normal silence, normal silence. So it depends on individual whether they can meditate easier, or they almost want to give up. So it's up to them. So important thing is persistent and patient.
One question from me, Bhante, is, there are so many meditation teachers around. Is it advisable to uh, move around to try out different, not say try out different teacher, but seek practice from different meditation teachers, is it advisable, or is it better to just stick to one or two, or the one that you feel that you're more comfortable with?
I think initially you can move around lah, to see which meditation teacher is better for you, is more suitable for you. Well, some teacher may, some is too strict, some is very relaxing. So you find your own, see which one is better for you, lor. Not too strict, not too relaxing. Then some may teach correctly, some may not teach correctly. So you have to find the correct teacher lah. Because sometimes you go to the first retreat, the teacher may not teach according to Buddhism, right? So, for example, there's one teacher who taught the hand movement. The Buddha never taught this sort of thing. A lot of people find it very strange. Then there's one meditation who taught running meditation. Run until you're tired, then you sit down and meditate. So many lah. So you find lah which one is suitable for you. Meditation teach you drinking tea meditation also got. So the best is you follow the 40 subject lah taught by the Buddha. So I say lah, if they can benefit you and you find that it is you got affinity with the teacher lah, you can pick up a lot of skill good lah. Wait till you can find one suitable teacher, then after that you can stick lor. Because too many teacher also headache different teacher different view one
Yeah. That's right. I mean, these some of the feedback or things that comes from some of those devotees that we meet. They ask this question, so I think one day your answer is very good or very profound to clearing some of the doubts or of these devotees.
Because especially during the MCO now, I know someone who attend a lot of retreat. Every retreat also attend, but I find that the mindfulness not there.
Okay, thank you, Venerable. Okay, from Joyce Wong, Sister Joyce Wong. How do we radiate metta meditation correctly to departed loved ones? Example, the parents. Do we say, wherever you are, may you be well and happy?
Actually, metta means loving kindness. Yeah, you can do that. Wherever they are, whoever they are, so may you be well happy also can. But you want to follow the Buddha one is be free from enmity, be free from mental suffering, be free from physical suffering, and may you take care of yourself happily. These are the one taught by the Buddha. So as long as it's a good thoughts, it's good thoughts, okay. So if you find that is easier for you to meditate, okay. And some people say don't meditate to deceased people, but I think depend on people. I think if you are being good to your parents, then okay. There's some people who are not good to the parents. When the parents die, they got a lot of remorse. Then in that case, don't do that. If you are happy with your parents, you wish them happy. Good.
Okay, thank you, Venerable. So we have no more questions. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Venerable, for sharing those profound and very good answers to those questions that were asked. And dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, Over the last 1 hour, we have all spent our time with a calm and attentive mind, listening to the Dhamma. And with all the merits that we have accumulated, I would like to request Venerable Ariya-dassana to lead us in the sharing of those merits that we have all accumulated to of loved ones, departed relatives, friends, and also all beings.
Okay. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Imam no punyam bagam. We've shared this merit with Mata Pitu Nancha, our mother and father, Acharya Nancha, our teachers, Sabha Satanancha, all beings, Sabha Mitanancha, all our friends, Sabha Natinancha, our relatives, Sabha Pitanancha, all departed beings, Sabha Devanancha, Bhajema, and all devas. Imam no punyam bagam. We share this merit with Sabha Satanandema. May all beings obtain a share of these merits. Sabbe Sata Sukhita Hontu. May all beings be well and happy. Idam me nyadinam hotu. Sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idam me nyadinam hotu. Sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idam me nyadinam hotu. Sukhita hontu nyatayo. Let his merits accrue to my departed relatives and friends. May they be happy. Imina punyaka mena bame bala samagamo tatam samagamo hotu yavanibana patiya. By the grace of these merits that I have thus acquired, may I never follow the foolish, but only the wise and the enlightened one, until final liberation or nibbana is realized. Idam me punyam asawa kayam waham hotu. May these merits of mine lead me to the extinction of mental defilement. Idam me punyam nibbanasa pacayo hotu. May these merits of mine be a condition for the attainment of enlightenment or nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, 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 Venerable. Thank you very much, Venerable. And also, thank you to all those who had participated in this evening's session. And before we end, let us all put our palm together to pay homage to the Triple Gem. Buddhang Pujemi. Dhammang Pujemi. Sangham Pujemi. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Like what Venerable mentioned just now, this is the final talk on the teachings of all the Buddhas shared to us by Venerable. We shall keep all of you posted on the next series that that Venerable is going to share with us, and most probably will be after Chinese New Year. So do stay posted. So thank you again to all of you, and we look forward to seeing all of you soon. And may all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. And also coming New Year, a very happy New Year. Sabe Sata Sukita Hontu.
Bahung sahan semabhinim mitesayudantang ngirimi kelang uditego Sase